everybody. I'm videoing myself, which is very strange, especially as I'm listening to myself with this like raspy, sexy voice. This feels weird, but I am dedicating myself to consistency in most things, on all things, because like that's just too much pressure. And I feel like with anything, nothing is all or nothing, but I'm striving for consistency. And one of the things that I really wanted to be consistent about was making sure that I was filming this. Sometimes when I record this podcast, like especially when I record solos, I'm usually pacing around. That's how I feel most comfortable. That's just always how I've been. When I get on the phone, I'm just like walking around in an incessant loop. And like I have this urge right now to get up and do it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stay put. But I was like, I'm not going to film myself. Like, I don't care. Nobody cares. No one needs to see the video version of this. And then I was like, well, maybe some people do. Like, maybe some people would rather listen to the audio with the visual. So if you're listening to this right now and you're not watching me and you feel like you would rather watch me, go check me out on YouTube. I have my own With Whit channel. We're relaunching the With Whit page so that it has its own channel, but enough. I won't bore you with more like back end logistics of how this works. Welcome to With Whit New York edition. I am currently in Tribeca. I'm staying at Fouqets. Another name that I don't know how to say. I freaking love this hotel. I feel like I come to New York so much and I stay at a different hotel every time, and it's basically dependent on like who's putting me up or where I can afford or who has a good rate or so on and so forth. And so I'm just kind of like whatever is easiest, most accessible, like nice, but most affordable, I'm going to stay at. And this time around, I actually reached out to Fouqets because I was like, I really want to stay there and I'm going to see if I can stay there. So I'm staying here. And FYI, I don't get it for free. Like, that's not how this works. I definitely get a press discount, but sometimes for those of you who are interested, some hotels will obviously gift you the stay in exchange for social media or press coverage. Some it's just a discount, some it's nothing. Like, it really just depends. And I really wanted to stay at this one, so I was willing to pay a little bit, and I freaking love it. Like, my room is small, but it's so cute. The touches are adorable. If you can just like look around a little. Look at that. I have the Mets game going on right now. Mets versus Dodgers, where Timmy's at right now, which is why we're here tonight. So let's get into the meat of this. Just like fucking chit-chatting. And my food is on the way. This is going to be fun. Okay, so I came to New York for the launch of the High Confectionary Pop-Up. You guys have heard me talk about the High Confectionary. If you haven't, you must check it out, thehighconfectionary.com. I came on about 6 months ago as a creative director to just help them with rebranding, with the visuals, the aesthetic of the collection, new flavors, the vibe of it, the marketing of it, building community, bringing people in that would help expose it, just kind of like a lot of different responsibilities. But gummies have been something that I've loved for a while now. I can't say forever because they haven't existed forever, but for those of you that don't know, like, I was a big stoner when I was in college. Like, I had a serious stoner boyfriend that got me into it, and we would just have so much fun smoking and eating and watching weird shows and actually going to Dodger games. And just like, I specifically actually remember the season of American Idol that was out when we were dating and smoking. It was with Ruben Studdard and Clay Aiken. And I just remember getting stoned and thinking it was like the funniest, best thing of all time. Anyways, I specifically remember during that time, like, starting to feel my first bouts of anxiety. Like, I had never really had anxiety before. And I feel like looking back on it, it could have been a little bit of the weed. It could have been my relationship that was giving me anxiety. It could have been just like being a college student. But I also was thinking about the fact that I had just started taking birth control because, newsflash, I lost my virginity at 21 to my second boyfriend in college, and I started taking low estrogen FE it was, I think. I don't know anything about birth control nowadays. So I don't even know if that still exists. I'm sure that it does, but it gave me the most intense anxiety ever. Like, I remember at night stressing out about things that I would normally never stress out about. Like, is my brother ever going to meet someone and get married? And I was like having like the most anxiety, crippling anxiety. And anyways, moral of the story could have been all those things. I think the weed definitely played a part in it. I feel like at that time I was buying weed from my neighbor in an apartment at USC. Like, who even knows where it was coming from? Who knows the strain? Who knows what was in it? Like, who even knows, right? Like, so many of us have had those experiences where we've taken an edible so long ago and we just don't know what it's going to do or what's in it. And now obviously, like, this whole industry has changed. Like, THC has all changed and everything is very dosed, and you know exactly what's in it and it has certain things for certain needs. So I started filming the hills, still stoner, not high to go film. Oh my God, no, like that would have been panic attack central. But moved to New York City to film the hills. And I feel like I've already told this story, so I'm sorry if I'm boring you guys, but it was the first 2 weeks of me living in the city, and I got a joint from somewhere, probably Jay. I don't know, but I don't want to call him out. But like, someone gave me a joint. It definitely wasn't legal, no dispensaries, whatever. I got my hands on a joint, smoked it on my balcony. I think I lived on like the 31st or 32nd floor, maybe the 30th. I should remember, but y'all know I cannot remember shit. And I freaked out, was like, WTF am I doing here? Like, why am I in New York City filming a reality show about myself? Like, holy shit, this is just like, this is too much for me. I can't do it. I can't do it. And my heart started to like beat out of my chest, and I was freaking out, so much anxiety. So after that night, I'm like, I got to chill with the weed. Like, I at least got to chill with the weed while I'm filming this TV show, you know? Like, I cannot be panicking about my life because, like, I have to live my life, and this is my life. And, like, I cannot add anxiety already to the added shit that I was dealing with of, like, filming a TV show. So I stopped smoking weed, and then COVID hit. And Timmy and I were like, fuck it, man. And Timmy's always been a weed smoker, but I just never really partook. Like, I feel like after I had that one experience, I was just like, I don't want to get into it. And I think so many of us have that feeling, like we've had that experience and then we never want to try it again. So COVID hits. I start with the gummy game. That's how I get into it first. Like, I think I was taking the Plus gummies and the 5 milligrams, or I was like taking little bites of 5 milligrams, right? Because to begin with, I wasn't wanting to take the 5. Started building up my tolerance. How it enhanced and enriched my life. Like, I am not the kind of person at the end of the day that wants to sip on a glass of wine. Like, I don't crave that. I don't love it. I don't like the relaxation of it. It feels like a little bit too out of control for me. And most importantly, I don't like how I feel afterwards and the next day. Like, not only just physically, but I feel like emotionally, it just makes me feel down and lethargic. So I would take a gummy, and Timmy and I would just chill and be like couch potatoes together. And we would be silly and funny, and we were filming our reaction videos, and we would take one before doing that. And it was just like such a fun way to live life without feeling guilty about it, honestly. And like, I say that with a caveat because I feel like when I first started to dabble back into it during COVID, I did feel guilty about it. Like I didn't really talk about it. I wasn't talking about it with friends. And I felt like if I took a gummy and went out, like it was a weird thing to say and do. And it just like, as a mom, it felt irresponsible and it felt like I was going to be judged. And I was just like, I'm so sick of this. Like, this is not how it should be. Everyone is totally fine with us having a glass of wine at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and then doing bath and bedtime. Like, why can't I take a little gummy and my experience be enhanced, be completely in control? Like, it all made sense to me. So, Jenna and I went to high school together. We have been working the past 4 months on this pop-up shop, which basically, so it's in a dispensary. It's in a dispensary called CBD Kratom. CBD Kratom has a bunch of dispensaries around the country. They're a really great dispensary. And Jenna was talking to the owners there because we sell our product in there and was like, how can we have a physical space? Because weed is so important to talk about, to educate about. It's something that you want an experience with that you're buying. At least for me, it's not necessarily something that I am just going to order online or feel comfortable ordering online. I really want to know what's in everything. What can I use it for? And talk to someone that's really, really educated. So we knew that having a physical location was very, very important. So we partnered with CBD Kratom to do this pop-up in the hopes that it would be a success and that we could essentially open up our own adult-infused candy shop, which is obviously a dream of ours. But we essentially completely renovated this dispensary. It was very, very dark. It was kind of dingy. And like, I love my CBDK family. Like, love it. It's just a different market, a different vibe. And I think so much of what we're also doing is trying to create like a welcoming, light, airy environment for people to come in to have this conversation, since it has been so heavily focused on just like dark, dingy stoner vibes. You know, it's like we're over that. Let's let it be like light, happy, fun, giggly, beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, like all of those things. So we painted everything white. We put in a gorgeous mural. We worked with this insane florist called Pop-Up Florist. If you live in New York City and you need to send someone flowers, check her out. She was able to install all faux flowers so that we wouldn't have to get fresh flowers every week, which obviously is a luxury and would love. But as a small startup company, certain costs have to be thought of. So she did these beautiful faux flower arrangements that were like just such a reflection of the personality of the brand. And we had these two big, beautiful tables in the center that showcased all of our new product. My food is here, BRB. Okay, I'm back. I ordered Postmates. I totally could have gone and sat for dinner, but I was just too exhausted, honestly. Like, I just didn't feel like being in public. And there's a beautiful bar downstairs and a beautiful restaurant, and I couldn't deal. So I ordered Nobu, which is a luxury. I got edamame, miso eggplant, and avocado with crispy rice. I'm still snacking on it, but I'm the kind of person that like, I like to take a few bites and then go back and then I dine. Timmy's not like that, so we're a little opposite in that way. But where were we? Oh, I was about to take you through all of the new products. So part of my job has been helping develop new products, and one part of the production process, this is what I was going to get into, which is frustrating that we have no control over, is just the manufacturers and what their process is with the products. We're launching a new go to sleep SKU, which is a stupid like product name for item. a product flavor, whatever. And it's raspberry and it has melatonin and magnesium. And we did like all this new branding for all of our go to sleep products, which have typically been our best selling because I think most people are more comfortable taking something that they know, even if they get a little high, that they're going to be asleep soon, you know? So that's definitely been something like that's a good entree into the Uplift gummies. But anyways, we designed all this new packaging, and last week we got the products and they all tasted funky. So we couldn't sell them. So like these hiccups happen, and for anybody out there running a business, like a million hiccups happen and so many things go wrong. And I think the key to it, or at least how I've dealt with it, is just to like kind of fake it till you make it. Like so many of these small things are things that only we will notice and that no one else even knew was going to be an option. Like nobody even knew that we were doing the new product and the new branding. So for me, it was disappointing, but for everybody else, they got to see all the other new like packaging and whatnot. So just like, I remember it took me back to my days of having my clothing line when samples wouldn't show up for a trade show or for an important meeting. And it just sucks. Like, it just sucks when certain things about the business are completely out of your control. When, like, for the most part, so much of what I do is in my control. Being, like, self-employed and running this whole thing, like, I can control everything. So it feels like I don't have as many, I don't know, disappointments. But anyways, like Jenna's the best. She holds my hand through it, and we made a new plan, and we're going to do a party, a sleepover party, pajamas, sound bath, meditation, like have it be a whole soothing, calming nighttime routine, sleep situation. And I think that will be even more special, and it will have its own moment. So you got to think glass half full. You got to like not harp on these little fails that you look at as failures, but that could just be opportunities for new different things that you didn't think of previously. So I feel like I'm probably preaching to the choir, but I just haven't been on this side of things in a long time, like this side of the product development. But let's go through the flavors, because that I feel like will be really fun. First of all, our most exciting product that we launched last night is so good. And for those of you who are really nervous about trying weed, this is for you, because this whole bar only has 1 milligram of THC. It's milk chocolate with pretzels. It tastes so good. Let's do like a little opening. So look, here's the cute packaging. Has 1 milligram of CBD, 1 milligram of THC. For those of you not watching, we're looking at really yummy, tasty pretzel bits and chocolate. Anyways, this is great for you. If you're nervous, try it. The whole thing has 1 milligram and it tastes so delicious. I'm so excited about these, and we're actually coming out with go to sleep chocolates as well that are amazing. Okay, our classics: peach sour flowers and watermelon sour flowers. Just like can't go wrong with these. Everybody's favorites. These are just like the anytime gummies. Like literally, if you want to calm, if you want to be happy, if you want to chill, if you want to go to a workout, like literally anytime, these are good for you. New flavor, we have a get ready gummy. So like that perfect gummy to take right before you start doing your makeup, you're getting ready, you're listening to your music. It's just like a good fun time gummy. And this is ginger lychee flavor. And then we have our chill out gummy, and this is sour lime. The sour limes are delicious. They taste like 7-Up, but like candy. They're so good. And this is just for like chilling on the couch, like legit just chilling. And then we have another chill out, which is our sour cherry, which is delicious. I feel like if you are a cherry gummy person or a cherry candy person, which I've always been, like I always preferred cherry over watermelon, honestly. But our watermelons are like so not fake tasting that they're just so good. Like I'm not a watermelon person. I love our watermelons, but these sour cherries are so freaking good. I'm gonna open one right now. Very child lock. I already took off the sticker, so don't worry, but so good. Okay, and then I went nuts. Spicy chili papaya. This is our feeling hot gummy. So this is like pre-sexy time. We really wanted to do an intimacy one or like a date night one, something more on like the romantic side of things. So this is that. Just so good. If you like spice though, those are for you. If you want one that's like a little kick, that's why they're called feeling hot, man. And then last but not least is the Relax, which is sweet strawberry basil. So this is like similar to the Chill, but more if you're feeling like your energy is all crazy and you're having a little bit of anxiety and you just want to like take something just to calm down a little bit. That's what that one is for. So those are most of our new products. We have more coming soon, but I'm so excited for you to all try them. We're building this little business and we hope that we can really introduce something that can allow people to experiment and learn that there are ways that we can use plant medicine to uplift as opposed to just like be lazy. We're high functioning stoners. That's what we are, okay? All right. Also, my voice is going because I've just been like talking nonstop. So last night was the party. The party was amazing. Such a great turnout. Like invited most of all Timmy's friends because like those are all the people that I know in New York. But I left the party and immediately like started feeling ill. Like started feeling physically ill and started feeling like sad, honestly, like sad about Sunny for some reason, just like feeling really proud of myself, but also that it came at a cost of not being with Sunny and being at home. Sad also because I was hanging with Jenna's dad a lot that night and Timmy was chatting with him a bunch and it just so would have been an event, something that both of my parents would have been at to support me. And it just made me so sad that they weren't there, that they don't know what's going on. And I just feel like I had all this adrenaline and then it just crashed. And also I hadn't eaten yesterday or not eaten enough yesterday. And I really think like had I eaten something substantial before the event, it would have changed my night. And I was bummed because we went out with friends afterwards to get a drink and I wanted to hang with everybody. Like I wanted to hang with all Timmy's friends. Timmy's sister was there, like all her best friends. I wanted to hang. I wanted to celebrate. I wanted to be present. And I just felt like shit. And I just got in the cab. I had to go home and just started like immediately crying. Just had like a big release. I feel like sometimes after you're going and you have this big thing, like you haven't allowed yourself to feel certain feelings because you've just been like head down pushing through and then it's over and it all hits you. I feel like it's very typical. And it happened to me last night. And it made me feel really grateful today, that's for sure. It made me wake up today and feel grateful for everything that I have and reflect on what we did in a positive way as opposed to like, this is at a cost of my family and my health, because it's not. Like, that's up to me to take care of myself. Like that's on me. Like we all have to take responsibility over how we feed ourselves, over how we give ourselves times to relax. There are certain things we can control. The food we know is one of them. And that's what I'm learning in this whole journey. And it can change a whole experience for me. So I just have to remember that. I have to remember that when I tell myself like before the event that vegetables and hummus is fine and I know I'm going to eat a big meal after, so it's going to be fine, that it's not going to be fine. Like I feel like I just have that very laissez-faire attitude with like a lot of things. I'm just like, oh, it's going to be fine. It's going to work out. It's going to be fine. Like I know there's like a cheese plate at the party and like We can order pizza if we want to, and like it'll be fine. And of course, that just didn't happen. Like I took 2 bites of cheese at the cheese plate, didn't order a pizza. By the time I sat down to eat, I was just like so nauseous and tired, I didn't even want to eat. So I just have to be accountable for that and accountable for myself. And realize the connection between that and then how I feel and how I then cope with my feelings. But granted, like still real things were happening. Like I definitely, I miss Sonny. I know he misses me. I miss my dad immensely. And like I have things going on with my mom too. Some like health stuff that just has taken over. And it's just like we're getting old and things aren't the same. And we have a new support system and a new family, but it's hard when it feels like your support system that were like your roots are not necessarily there anymore when they were such a huge part of my support system before. Like they were everything. Like, I mean, my family and my mom had the license plate Swarmin on her car because we were like a swarm of bees. We were just always together. It's why sometimes I feel like I'm not good at just like easy, casual plans with girls. Cause like I always just had sisters. So it was never like, just come over and hang, or I'll come over and hang, or let's get ready together. It was like, I just always had my sister. So, yeah, was sad, but like life has to move on and we have to evolve with what's going on around us. Because what, are we just going to sit here and cry about it? Like last night I was like, okay, I'm going to cry about it tonight. I'm going to get in the shower. I'm going to cry about it tonight. I'm going to feel sorry for myself. I'm going to miss my dad. I'm going to miss, you know, what my like childhood once was. And then I'm going to eat a gummy and like fucking go to sleep, man. Like listen to my book or watch some TV and go to sleep and tell myself that tomorrow's going to be a new day and that like I may feel shitty in the morning. I may feel just as shitty, but let's just see. Let's just wait and see. Let's not spiral. Let's not doom spiral. Tell myself tomorrow's going to be a bad day, because guess what? It wasn't. Today was actually an amazing day. We woke up, we laid in bed for a long time. I'd gotten Timmy a bunch of new clothes yesterday because just like he needs new clothes and just his situation hasn't been good. And every time I post him, his mom is like, you look so great, but like, what's Timmy wearing? I'm like, I have to be responsible for him. Like he's so picky. He has always been responsible for himself, and I feel like he's gone to a point where he doesn't want to do it anymore. So now I have to take charge. Anyways, I went to J. Crew yesterday and I got him all this new shit, laid it out on the bed for him to wear, like styled him out for, so when he got in from the plane, he like had a look, was ready to go. He ended up returning like 3/4 of it because he is really like, the key is us shopping together. That's when the magic happens. He needs my eye, he needs my approval, and he needs my motivation, and just to get him in the store. And then from there, he's kind of got it. Like he knows what he likes. So we went to J. Crew, we did some returns. That was super fun. And then we went to lunch at Balthazar, which was delicious and like such a New York vibe. So fun. People are just dressed up and it's fall and there's layers and it's just like crisp and fall goodness here. So that felt really good. And then we came back to the hotel and rested for a little. And then I went and got a facial. I mean, like, could that have been a better day? And then had a work event. Like, I felt accomplished. I felt like I had time for myself. Timmy and I had a fun time. I ate well. I had a chicken paillard with a beautiful salad and French fries, and I'm eating a good dinner, and I'm just feeling good. And I'm waiting for Timmy to get back from the Mets game, and I'm hoping that he doesn't want to go out. I mean, even if he does, that doesn't mean that I have to go out. But we stayed an extra night so he could go to the Met game, and then I was able to go to this other event at our shop with Cooper, which is a great store. You guys should check out, a very beautifully created online shop. And so I'm waiting for him to get back from the Met game and see. He's probably going to be a wreck. But this was fun, you guys. This was a good recap. I'm so appreciative of you all listening. I'm so appreciative that you take your time out to be here with me, to learn about what I'm up to. I'm really, really excited about this project. And if you're interested, check out the High Confectionary, DM them, DM me. But if you want like really specific questions about the strain and what's in them, definitely DM the High Confectionary and they will get you all the information that you need. These, by the way, it says instructions: eat 1 to 2 pieces to start, wait 60 minutes before enjoying more. Gluten-free, women-owned, full spectrum, all natural, vegan. Have fun, guys. I'm signing off. I love you. Happy High Confectionary Day. If you're in New York, go visit the Pop-Up, 670 Broadway in Noho. I'll see you guys and talk to you guys next week.